Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about how to defeat the Ropalolyst in Warframe. That's how I pronounce just the Ropalolyst. First things first is you're going to want a takey frame. I decided to take Revenant because I'm lazy. You're gonna be you have to take some damage to properly do the fight. So you're gonna want a frame that's tanky and can constantly recast abilities just so you can stay alive. Another thing is that the Ropalolyst is a sentient, so you need to take basically a weapon that you would take for a Eidolon run. So you're going to have to mod your weapon for radiation. I use the Paragale, and it works very efficiently. So you're going to need, just a high raw damage, high crit weapon that can run radiation. It really isn't that big of a deal, but that's very important. Another important thing that I forgot to mention is that you should have an amp that's not the base one. The base amp is kind of terrible. So in order to kind of help you speedrun this or solo this, you're going to want a semi-decent amp. I can run my amp at the end. I can show my amp at the end of this video. But in order to get rid of the Ropalolyst shields, you have to have an amp. That's the only way to get rid of the shields. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to run to one of the, I call them canisters. You're going to run to one of these. There's going to be these 3 wires that you can run on. The Ropalolyst will teleport to the canister, and you will put electricity on 2 out of the 3 wires at a time. If it hits you, it will knock you off, so jump over them or switch wires. When you get to the canister, he will shoot a beam that locks onto your Warframe or your operator. It's locked to my Warframe, I go into my operator, take out his shields. As you can see, when I go back into my Revenant, his beam moves to me. So, as you can see here, what I do is I go into my operator, and I check to see if he's hitting the canister. He's hitting it, and there's this blue energy that's now surrounding the canister. So you go back into your Warframe, you jump at the Ropalolyst, and it says grab Ropalolyst. You do this animation, you hit him upside the head, goofy, and then you literally fly him at the canister. Core center at the canister. This will shock him and send him back to the main platform of the fight. This animation will reset your abilities, so recast them. Now, next is the kind of not-so-fun part. There are enemies, and amalgams specifically, that will spawn on the main platform. You have to find a silver limb on the back of the Ropalolyst and shoot it. As soon as you do that, come to this main console and use it, and it'll shoot a beam at him. If he disappears when this beam hits the floor, that means that you missed or took too long to activate it. You have to move quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed this segment up, but it's literally just rinse repeat. Just, run over the wires, get to the canister, make him shoot the canister, take out his shields. When his shields are gone, jump at him, fly him into the canister, he gets shocked, and then, you go back to the main platform, you take out that other silver limb, and then you shoot him with the beam. I actually had a Vastalok because I was trying to figure out if he could get armor stripped, but he cannot be armor stripped with a Vastalok. So maybe abilities, but the only difference is when you get to the final phase of the fight. So when you get to the last canister, he'll actually electrify 3 out of the 4 wires, which is not really much different. It's still the same thing. Just jump over the electricity. Alright, so when you electrify him the 3rd time, he goes back to the main platform, and there will be genuine sentients that spawn here. You're gonna want to deal with those guys first. Do not run under the Ropalolyst because he can actually grab you and do serious DPS to your health. Now, this is very important because it's just his main health bar, you can shoot him anywhere. When you get rid of all of his health, he will do a weird stagger animation that only lasts a couple of seconds. That's how long you have to get to the main console and shoot the beam. If you get rid of all of his health, and if you don't shoot the beam, he will regen full health a few seconds later. So right here, I took too long, and then yeah, full health right there immediately. But while he's doing that animation, that little stagger, that's how long you have to activate that console. So once again, be fast. That's it though, that's the boss fight. And here's the amp that I'm using. This classifies as a 577. It's a burst amp, pretty good. And here's the amp chart if anybody needs that.